As we left the little house by the dairy, we knew we'd always remember what we learned that magic summer. You can find magic everywhere, if you just look hard enough. The end.
Wonderful, Arnold. And that was The Little House by the Dairy, written by...
My favorite writer, Agatha Caulfield.
Well, now that you've all picked your favorite writers and read their work to the class, it's time for you to start on your reports. Come on, just 3 pages. Who is your favorite writer? What is his or her life like? And what makes him or her special? Due a week from Monday.
Arnold, it's easy. Just copy your report out of the encyclopedia.
No, Gerald, I want to do something really special. Find out about Agatha Caulfield, what makes her tick. I bet she's a really amazing person. I'm going to go to the library right now and read everything I can find about her.
I'm telling you, man, they got all that stuff capsulized in the encyclopedia.
Capote, Carlyle, nothing on Caulfield. Sorry.
She hasn't sent us a book in years.
Check again. It's Caulfield. C-A-U... Okay, thanks anyway.
Maybe you should pick another author.
No, Gerald. I'm doing my report on Agatha Caulfield, and I'm going to find out about her, even if it kills me. The manager said she hasn't written a book in 10 years. Nobody knows where she lives, Gerald, or even if she's still alive. It takes some kind of miracle for me to find out anything about Agatha Caulfield.
Ye be looking for Aggie Caulfield, the writer?
Huh?
It just might be I know the whereabouts of her abode.
You mean you know where she lives?
Aye, that too.
Where? I've been trying to find her for almost a week.
I'll tell ye, but first ye have to hop up and down on one leg and croon Danny Boy in a high falsetto. Just kidding. Arr! Aggie Caulfield lives yonder on Elk Island.
Could you take me there?
Aye, for 5 gold doubloons.
I don't have any gold doubloons.
Then do ye have the ruby parrot?
No.
Do ye have 50 cents?
I think so.
Deal. Arr.
Arnold, you're one bold kid.
Aggie lives all by her lonesome. Never has visitors.
So she's a very private person.
Arr.
Holy crackers! What? What do you want?
Are you Agatha Caulfield?
That's right, Red Brat. Now get off my property.
Miss Caulfield, my name's Arnold, and I have to do a report on my favorite writer, and that's you. I really love all your books, and if I could just have a few words with you, it would really mean a lot to me. Please?
All right. I'll give you a few words. Beat it! Scram! Vamoose! Stay away from my house, and stay away from me!
Like to hear a sea shanty?
No.
Arr.
Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll. I don't know the words and I don't care because I'm losing my hair. Come on, Arnold, sing with me.
No, Grandpa, I don't feel like it.
Oh, come on now. What's wrong, short man?
Well, I have to do a report on my favorite author.
Oh, I see your problem. This is a tough one.
No, that's not the problem, Grandpa.
You mean it gets worse?
When I went to see her to get the information for my report, it turned out she wasn't anything like her stories. She was rude and nasty. I just don't get it. Why do people have to be so mean?
That's a good question. Reminds me of an old man I used to know when I was a kid.
Is this gonna be a long story, Grandpa?
Yes, but it's full of wisdom and hilarious anecdotes, so don't interrupt. Now, we call this old man Mr. Hock Tooey because every time one of us kids walked by his house, this mean old man would spit at us. Hock Tooey! That's how he got his name, Mr. Hock Tooey. We added the Mr. out of respect. Not that he ever hit us, being too old to spit too far, but still, it was plenty mean of him to keep trying. I wanted to know why. So one day, I marched right up to his porch and stared him straight in the eye and said, "Why you always spit at us, Mr. Hock Tooey?"
What'd he say?
Nothing. He just reared back and hucked a big loogie right in my face. He must have been waiting years for some kid dumb enough to get that close. Oh, boy.
I don't get it, Grandpa. What's the point?
Point is, some folks are just mean, and the only way you can find out why is to get real close to them. But when you do, they just spit on you, and nobody wants spit on them. It's yucky and mushy and just ooky. Kinda makes you think, don't it? Oh, you beautiful doll, you great big beautiful doll.
I told you, get off my property. Scram, get lost.
I'm not on your property, and I'm not going anywhere until you answer a few questions.
What part of get lost are you having trouble understanding, you little runt?
Why can't you just talk to me for a few minutes? Don't you like kids?
I don't like anybody or anything, especially kids, and especially kids like you.
I haven't done anything to you, except to like your books and try to talk to you so I can do my school report.
You can stay out there as long as you want, rat brat. But I'm not talking to you or anybody else. Stay out there all winter for all I care.
Maybe I will.
Arr.
Arr.
You're not gonna give up, are you, rat brat?
Huh?
You've been here every doggone blasted day, stubborn as a mule, leaning on my fence post. Don't think I haven't seen you. What in the blue blazes is it gonna take to get rid of you?
Answer a few questions so I can do my school report?
If I answer your questions, will you stop moping around my fence and leave me alone?
Yes?
Well, what are you waiting for? Ask your stupid questions so you can get out of here.
When did you first start writing?
1946.
Is your writing based on personal experience?
Oh, sure. I spend all my magic days in a happy little house by a drippy little dairy, and it's full of angels and magic genies and fairy dust. Ha! Holy crackers! What a stupid question. Writers make things up. It's all a lot of doo-doo.
Well, why did you write your books then?
Because I felt like lying to little children, making up stupid stories so they go around believing in miracles until they get old and tired and realize it's all a bunch of hooey.
That's not true. You must have believed in these stories you wrote. I can tell the way that you said...
Believe me, Ratbrat, all those stories I wrote were nothing but lies, made-up nonsense, idealistic hoo-ha, claptrap. Now get out.
Okay, I'll go. But I'm not going to write about some other writer.
What?
I said I was going to write my report about Agatha Caulfield, and I'm going to do it.
You mean I'm still your favorite writer? After I yelled at you and treated you like a dog?
That's right.
What are you, crazy? Why?
Because you wrote these books. Because when I read them, they made me happy. And because even though you say you don't believe in all the stuff that you wrote in your books, I know that deep down, you really do believe it. You couldn't have written these stories if you didn't. Maybe you don't believe in yourself anymore. If that's really true, I'm sorry. But I still believe in you, and you're still my favorite author. My favorite author, Agatha Caulfield, wrote some of the most popular children's books of the last 50 years. Unfortunately, Miss Caulfield hasn't written a new book in 10 years. She lives alone in a rundown house on Elk Island. She's not very friendly, and she can be mean to strangers. Even though her books were all about hope and bright futures, somewhere along the line, Miss Caulfield lost confidence in her own future and became a bitter, angry person. She quit writing because she stopped believing in herself, but she's still my favorite author.
Man, I don't want to report. My favorite author is a nasty old bat. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I just wish things had turned out different.
That's life, Arnold. You can't always make things come out the way you want them to.
Yeah, I guess. Huh? The weird-headed boy and the mean old witch. Once upon a time, there was a boy with a weird-shaped head who believed in magic. The little boy had heard about a kindly old magician who lived on an island all by herself. But when he found the kindly old magician, the boy discovered she wasn't kindly at all, and she no longer believed in magic. She had become a mean and nasty old witch. The boy was sad, but he still believed that the old witch wasn't really as bad as she seemed. So the boy went back every day and waited outside the witch's house. And the world-weary boatman looked empathetically at his young and eager charge and growled in a low, barnacle-encrusted voice, "Arr."
Deliver me lumber. The old bat can still spin a yarn. Arr.
But the old witch would always remember her young visitor and what she learned from him. Even if you're afraid to go looking for magic, magic still may come looking for you. The end.
Holy crackers!